All right, man cave influencers, let's get started.
My dad just decided he's not going to pay for my wedding anymore.
Oh, I'm sure it was all his fault somehow.
What I'm finding out is if you let your parent pay for your wedding, you kind of have to do it their way.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Finally told my parents, I'm going to do this my way, and they backed out of paying for it. So
Shocker. Just shocking.
let me tell you what happened. I have to give credit where credit is due. My parents raised me to be an independent thinker, and as an independent thinker, I've decided we're not going to do every single wedding tradition at my wedding.
Oh, God. Here we go again.
And that's where the fight comes in with my dad.
I'm sorry to stop it. I'm just starting it. I hate trends. I swear I hate trends. This whole putting makeup on aggressively to make yourself look less ugly than you already were, it's annoying. I am so tired of it. Once someone does something, everyone does it. When they have the little dog with the Arabic, the turban, everyone wanted to do the dog with a turban on Instagram. Women want to do the whole makeup thing. They putting on that Joker makeup. Everyone does it. When girls want to show off their butts because they have zero talent, they show off their butts because it's zero talent. And because I like seeing butts. I'll never praise you for it, but I'll enjoy it. But it's just, I'm so tired of trends because it's just like, it really tells you most people are just not creative.
It's the year 2023. Women are not property anymore, which is why I decided I will be walking myself down the aisle.
That is a cat lady. No woman should walk themselves down the aisle. It shows defeat.
My parents do not own me, and I'm not some property to be given away. My dad was not.
Yes, you are. Because that's why he was. Okay, I'm going to break it down. I'm already just getting started. So that we have a clear understanding. I want you to listen to me. You are his property. For 18 years, you were his property. To his mother, to your mother, and him, they owned you. They had to take care of you. They chose to create you so that they could take care of you. That's how this thing works. Oh, thanks, Mark Foster. You subscribe. Appreciate it. Respect. You got me jammed up. But anyway, they would not exist in this world without them. All they're asking for you is to do their old traditions, and you call it property? Okay, so you have a problem being owned.
Very happy to find out he wouldn't be walking me down the aisle. In his eyes, I'm taking away one of the most important parts of the day. Apparently, a first dance with my father isn't enough. My dad keeps going back to the point of, we've never treated you as property, why would you say that? He's also trying to say I'm discrediting everything him and my mom have done for me, which to me just feels unrelated. Like, I'm just not a fan of that tradition. I feel like he's been talking to his buddies because the other day he came back to me and said, well, if you want to be independent, then you can pay for it yourself. Which to me still feels like if you're not going to do your wedding the way I want, then I'm not going to pay for it. And that just doesn't feel right to me. So
of course it doesn't, because you're a feminita. You're with the feminazis, the ones that go out here that spew all that nonsense and tell you that your father can't do that. He's got a pee-pee, and that means that he's trying to enslave you. Okay. Yeah, I'm paying for it. And weddings aren't cheap. Why would I pay for all this money to have it done the way you want, 100% the way you want it? I want you to do this. Oh, I can't do that. That's ownership. All right, fine, bye.
Anyways, do we agree that my dad's being a complete jerk right now? Really hoping he comes around because there's no way I can afford this wedding if he doesn't help me with it. So I'm just kind of holding out hope that he'll come through.
Yeah, you can go to hell with that one. Oh, so it pretty much is you want him to back down because you can't afford it. See, that's what I'm talking about. You're okay with the patriarchy as long as the father pays for it. But once he wants something, you can pay for it, but I'm not doing it your way. All right, fine, I'm gonna pay it. Patriarchy. The man that took care of me all my life. Patriarchy. So this is why I say these women are doomed. Modern women are freaking doomed. The rest of you women need to stay as far away from this as possible. And if you have the ability to survive it, guess what? Just ignore it because they're ridiculous. You don't want nothing to do with these type of women because they're crazy. They follow whatever trend is the most popular and they just jump on it.
My daughter just found out that I'm not paying for her wedding anymore. Now, I raised her to be an independent thinker, and she's going to come at me with some brainwashed bullcrap, all right? And I don't know where I went wrong. So let me tell you what happened. One afternoon, I'm listening to my daughter discuss wedding plans with her mother, not because I wanted to, but because they were talking in the kitchen and I needed another beer. I hear my wife explain to my daughter that she's going to try not to cry when I walk her down the aisle. My daughter stopped her dead in her tracks, stating that she wasn't property. My wife did her best to hide her devastation.
My dad just decided he's not going to pay for my wedding anymore. It's the year 2023. Women are not property anymore, which is why I decided I will be walking myself down the aisle. My parents do not own me, and
They did. Yes, they do. Like, I want you to understand something. We now live in a society where we teach our young people, our young generation, that everything you did in the past was wrong. Being masculine? No. Being masculine is dating a transformer. And don't think that it's not affecting these kids, because it is. Being masculine is showing your emotions all the time. And we know that's a load of crap. I don't care what Monique says. These old heads, male or female, always got this old head mentality as if the new age mentality isn't conflicting with what you're saying. We are living in a world where the young are teaching the old. Women, be 304s. Men, you can wear dresses. Don't worry, you're still masculine, and express your feelings. Go and talk to people who are at your age who tried to express their feelings to women. They get laughed at. They get insulted. Remember the video I did of the guy I was doing the whole ranking of the dating show with the ranking? The guy was crying about, I think she asked the question, oh, do you guys ever cry? And he was talking about how his friend died. They laughed at him. They literally laughed at him. They have zero respect for men, especially men that cry. That's why men don't say it. That's why Shaq says don't share your emotions, don't share your feelings, because women are conniving. They pretend they're not, but they will use your pain if they're hurt to hurt you. That's how this works. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. That's what women do. They don't want to admit this, but that's exactly what they do. You go and tell your deepest, darkest secrets, and you're going to find yourself in a bad place. You're going to find yourself in a world of hurt.
My daughter has uninvited me to her wedding and gone no contact, okay, because I decided that I wasn't going to pay for it.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. You'll have a peace of mind. Super Bowl's on Sunday. Have fun with it. You know? Don't let these people bother you. She wants to be bitter and self-centered. She's mad because she can't afford it. And she has to play by your rules. But she's going to listen to the sisterhood, and the sisterhood has blue hair, hairy armpits, and basically has a bigger voice that she's more influencing than you, the man that raised her all her life. You know, the one that had her as property.
Since she wouldn't let me walk her down the aisle and give her away. Now, you may have seen her viral video, or you may have seen my viral video, explaining that she's decided she's not going to be given away as property. Now, while I'm being cut off completely, some major wedding retailer has decided that they're going to sponsor for and pay for her wedding. Now, I raised her to be a strong, independent...
And I hate that. I hate that women will never learn their lessons because there's going to be some company that's going to pander because you are part of the credit bureau. The more you get more points, the more time you pander. The same thing with BLM, Ukraine, Israel, you name it. The alphabet mafia. When these companies do this, it gets them good exposure that they're doing the right thing, and they get benefits from the government. But this is why women can't learn their lessons. Simps should not be going out and taking single mothers, not because they're not good people, because there are some good single mothers. But what I'm saying is they shouldn't do it because the single mother thinks that she can make whatever mistake she wants and move on. Oh, I had a kid out of wedlock. This sucker will take my kid. I didn't want the good guy in the beginning. This guy that I did want whooped my behind every single day. The loser was never on my radar, but now he's on my radar because I got to move on and find someone better. I remember a video of a woman that basically had a GoFundMe because she wanted her kids to have a Merry Christmas, not to have food on the table, not to have clothes, not to have a better education, but to have one day, just one day, to have a Merry Christmas. Mind you, she never once talked about the most tangible things that were needed. And guess what? She got donations up the butt. She had a rock star donate $10,000 just because she's pathetic. You're shocked that these women don't learn their lessons because we make it so easy for them to find things that can help them not fix their problems. Why would they fix it? The same way that somebody on welfare. Why would someone on welfare fix their problem when they can just simply get someone to give them handouts? They're not going to fix it because they're getting handouts. Same thing with the migrants. They really should have realized what they were getting themselves into, and they're getting handouts. Not all of them, because they're getting screwed over because they made stupid decisions. But they're being put them in hotels and all this other stuff. So of course, why wouldn't more come on your dollar? These modern women will never learn because we save them multiple times. That's why I tell men, y'all need to stop trying to save them. You need to stop trying to save them. You need to stop putting all your effort to fix their problems. Let them fix it on their own until one or two things happen. They go extinct, or they basically realize, I'm going to just buckle down and just do what I'm told. Because clearly this other stuff isn't working. I'm going to start going after the other guys because clearly the Pookies and the chats ain't working for me. But if you keep bailing them out like this company did, who's doing it for the exposure, because that's what it is. It's for the exposure. You continue doing these things, it'll never get better.
And kind woman who loves to read. And that last one is important. She's never really been a daddy's girl, and that's okay. Now, thanks to this new trend of going no contact with a parent when you're unhappy with their decision, I have to get all of her wedding plans from posts that she's put online. Yesterday, she said that instead of wedding rings, they're going to do tattoos on their fingers. And since my future son-in-law is so into barbecue, instead of having a wedding cake and cutting the cake, they're going to smoke a brisket and cut the brisket.
You know
what? Uninvited to the wedding, I can handle. Uninvited to brisket, this is war. I can't wait for her fiance to see how much money she spends on makeup. Anyways, I could use some good news. My buddy Kevin says that he's got some for me, so I'm going to go hang out with him for a while. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
I don't want a daughter. I really don't want a daughter, and that's not misogynistic, that's not sexist. It's that y'all have no self-control. You will come out here and do some of the most dumbest things, and you think it's right because there's a large group of you women doing it. As long as a good portion of you are doing it, you feel okay doing it. You will never understand how it's a big deal that you're doing what you're doing is stupid. Because no one's told you flat out that it's stupid. You'll just continue to keep doing it until it goes wrong. And then you blame the world. And then when that fails, you blame whoever you can. And when that fails, you have a moment of clarity. So you disowned your father because he didn't want to pay for your marriage, which he would have if you had done it the way he wanted to. Because you got mad. Oh, I'm not doing that. That's misogynistic. Okay, don't pay for yourself. Well, then you're not invited. This is what happens when you brainwash the population. You destabilize a country like that. An old KGB agent was explaining that and how it works, and we ignored it. It happened to one specific group of people back in the 80s. You ignored it. It is now almost global. Now all of a sudden you see the problem. See, this is why history is important. This was all planned out. You don't control people by having them as a family, cohesiveness. You don't have them with the children raised by the family. No, you destroy them by telling that one side is worse than the other, whether it's sex, race, whatever. And you idiots keep falling for it. But see, the thing is, and I heard this before, there's no way that you can control your daughter or control women if they don't respect you. And it's not because you're a weak man. Is that there are times that, because we don't talk about the fact that they're just women who just don't respect men, period. Because they think that men are beneath them when in actuality, it's the other way around. I'm sorry I said that, but it's the truth. Men aren't asking you for protection. Men aren't asking you for finances. Men aren't asking you to fix something. You can have, I fixed my drama on my own. Okay, great. 98% of the women over here don't. Men are asking for all that. Men, y'all need to just start putting your foot down and tell them, like this guy did, congratulations, kudos for you. I'm not doing it. And if she does that, you know what? Make a video. Stop this whole being humble stuff and sitting around and saying nothing. Let them know. All right, fine. Bye. Have fun with that. Start shaming this company that put the cater on, because that's the thing they do. Just like that woman who broke the contract, who was talking about how much money she makes at her job, gloating about it. Her job says you're not supposed to do that. So she got laid off. Another company wanted to get some brownie points, gave her a job where she's making the same amount of money. She doesn't learn anything. She won't learn anything because we gave her a handout. You're shocked by that? No. But pandering is pandering. And when you pander, you make this. That's why all these panderers that pander to women, they make buku money. The same way certain people pander to a political party, they make buku money. You just say what they want to hear. I respect the fact that you're getting your hustle, but I'll never respect you as a human being. Plain and simple. Being honest, unfortunately, doesn't pay. But I will always be honest, because the last thing I ever want to do is be a sellout like the majority of people on this planet. Sorry, I can't do it. You don't like me? Bite me.